Hello. In this scenario, we will be going over what happens when things are better than we expect. So to start this off, I'm going to start with what I think is an aspirational quote from Seth Godin's blog. So it begins, "The next library is a house for the librarian with the guts to invite kids in to teach them how to get better grades while doing less grunt work, and to teach them how to use a soldering iron or take apart something with no user-servable parts inside, and even to challenge them to teach classes on their passions merely because that's fun. This librarian takes responsibility/blame for any kid who manages to graduate from school without being a first-class data shark. The next library is filled with many web terminals. There's with so many web terminals, there's always at least one empty. And the people who run this library don't view the combination of access to data and connections to their peers as a sidelight. It's the entire point." So now we'll begin with the future is better than we expected scenario. So with the relative economic boom of most counties in Colorado, comes a recognition among their local communities about the value public and academic libraries in their communities provide to them. Technological collaboration among libraries has flourishes with the adoption of an open source bibliographic services platform running on what they call a hybrid cloud in 2013. Many larger libraries offer makerspace with free or reduced cost access to their patrons to build and use 3D printers, Arduinos, Raspberry Pis, and other open hardware platforms for projects and experimentations. This work creates a whole new categories of materials that need cataloging, curating, managing, and publishing. Libraries become a central plug of this sharing of the community as with this original and remixed creative works. So now we're going to shift, and we're talking as a response to this increased wildfire danger due to global warming. Many Colorado libraries and communities that are likely to be impacted will offer emergency services to their distressed citizens. They accomplish this through a resilient library technology pull platform that mobilizes citizens across the state to share resources and information when emergencies like wildfires or floods occur to them. Library technology services are quickly built and pushed out across the various formal and informal networks of library services, including formal library consortiums, as well as ad hoc sharing networks that do not have any formal organizational structures. Library collections are widely available with access to responsive web apps that morph and configure themselves automatically to the changing device forms of the patrons who are accessing them. These include all such things as smartphones, tablets, augmented glasses, wristwatch, and multiple and proliferating screens. So in this world, libraries are much more closer to where our patrons are at, and we meet and configure our technology to meet the needs of our patrons, and we're able to pull from resources that are made available from other types of libraries, both in our local community and across the state, as well as in our region. So this is the scenario where things are much better than what we expect, and this is sort of the future that kind of drives my own work and development on the Redis Library Services platform.